All praise is due to Allah, who has united the hearts of the believers in Islam and has made it an obligation to remain united and has made it forbidden to become separated in his clear book. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah, who guides to the straight path whom he wills, and I bear witness that our leader Muhammad is his messenger and the best caller to the way that is straight. O Allah, send your prayers and your peace upon our leader Muhammad and upon his family and upon his companions, whose hearts were united and whose souls were educated, so that they became victorious leaders. And what follows thereafter, O believers of Allah, I advise you as well as I advise myself to first have the proper regard for Allah and thereafter be obedient to him. Dear believers, I greet you with the universal greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace be with you. This week we are looking at the Rabbana that says, our Lord, you have not created all of this without purpose. Glory be to you. Protect us from the torment of the fire. Now this Rabbana, this du'a, is something that causes us to reflect, that causes us to think about the creation that Allah has provided for us. And prior to this verse, there's a verse that says, the people of reason are those who remember Allah and reflect on his creation. So when we think about this term or this concept of people of reason, people who use logic, people who can take facts and separate them from their assumptions, can separate them from their opinions, and they deal strictly in the facts, and they logically they follow logic to its conclusion. And they can see the power, they can see the majesty, they can see the capacity or begin to have an idea of what the Creator is capable of, even though what we can realize or we can actualize is very small on the capacity of our Creator, but we can begin to appreciate. We can appreciate what the Creator has done for us, but also has done with creation. And so these people of reason, they remember Allah. These logical conclusions that they come to cause them to remember Allah, because none of it would happen without him. None of this would be possible without him. And so they reflect on his creation. And we know throughout the Quran it talks about the alternation of the day and the night and how that's a sign for us. And for us, this alternation of the day and night, it causes us to understand what time is. It gives us a concept of how old are my children. It gives us a concept of how long have I been married. When should I celebrate this day that of this time that me and my loved one, my spouse, have come together and been married, and it causes love in our hearts for one another. It causes joy for the child that each year you remember their birthday and you do something nice for them. And these things are only possible because Allah, the Creator, has called the day and the night to alternate on such a specified timetable that we can then calculate days, which we calculate months, which we calculate years. And that action, that physical action, causes this emotional connection between you and someone else. So this is the power of the Creator. This is the ability for us to see that the Creator exists, because he can take something so large, the earth, the sun, the moon, and so far away from each other, and cause them to move in such a way that it causes us to think on our loved one. The day that maybe our family member passed away, the day of my mother's birth. This is the Creator. And these things were not done without reason, without purpose. That verse is, the people of reason are those who remember Allah. They remember their Creator. And they reflect on him. This is Allah. And this same planet that we're on, that spins through that spins in space at a high rate of speed, and we don't come flying off of it because gravity is there. These are the things that cause those with reason to remember their creator. So if I'm grateful for nothing else, I'm at least grateful for gravity. I'm at least grateful for the ability to not go flying off this planet or have many more asteroids flying into this planet as it spins around the sun and the galaxy moves around space. These are all reasons for us to remember and appreciate our creator. And the Rabbana, it says, our Lord, you have not created all of this without purpose. Glory be to you. Protect us from the torment of the fire. أقول هذا استغفر لي ولكم والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Could you imagine? Could you even begin to think that what if the time that it took for the earth to rotate changed? If sometimes it went faster and sometimes it went slower, what kind of changes that would make in the world? What kind of changes that would make in your life? Could you imagine if you were responsible for your heart beating? If you had to consciously remember to cause your heart to beat, and you caused it to beat at different rates depending on the activity that you were doing, because it would be necessary for the brain to get to the blood to get to your brain. Could you imagine if you had to be responsible for thinking about growing? If you had to be responsible to do all these different things that are outside of our concept of understanding, things that we just do automatically, our body does automatically for us, makes things easy for us, that we don't have to get so bogged down and tied up on just the small things that keep us alive, that keep us functioning. We don't have to consciously think to breathe. Now, I understand sometimes when we get worked up, we have to focus on that. But we don't have to think about breathing. Can you imagine if you had to think about making your heart beat and think about breathing? What else would you accomplish in your life? It would be very few things, because you'd be so focused on just trying to stay alive. But Allah has taken that from you. Allah has not made that a responsibility for you. He has done that, and He has put you on a spinning planet and doesn't cause you to fly off of it. And it turns at such a rate that you can tell when your mother's birthday is. The day that you met your spouse. Allah has taken those things from you so that you don't have to be concerned about that. But He does all these things. He makes all these things apparent to you so that you can reflect on Him, so that you can remember Him, that you can be grateful to Him. And if you think that you have nothing else to be grateful for, if you can't look around your life and see all the things that you have, if you can't look around your life and think about the things that happened for you or happened to you that you had no control over, that benefit you, if you can't do any of that, no reason to be grateful to your Creator. Just be grateful that you don't have to think about making your own heart beat. That you don't have to be You don't have to think about making your own lungs inflate and deflate. All these things happen naturally. And so it says the people who reason, they remember Allah and they reflect on His creation. So it's not just you and me that are the creation that we reflect on. It's not just the sunset that we reflect on. It's not just the fact that the hydrogen and oxygen mix is perfect for water. That's not the only thing. It's the small things. It's the details. And that Rabbana, that du'a, it says, our Lord, you have not created all of this without purpose. Glory be to you. Protect us from the torment of the fire. And the purpose that Allah has created this for is for you to remember Him, for you to be grateful to Him, for you to turn and worship and pray to Him. And when you do that, inshallah, you will be protected from the torment of the fire. So let's remember that dua. Let's keep our Creator in mind, our Lord. You have not created all of this without purpose. Glory be to you. Protect us from the torment of the fire. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka as-sami'ul 'alim. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. La sharika lahu bidhalika umirtu wa ana al-muslimin. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ameen.